Hi, and welcome to the October Mini Album a Month class hosted by Two Peas in a Bucket. This month we are going to focus on a mini album, which is a birthday tracking album. When I first got this Maya Road album, I thought it was going to be bigger, and so I was a little surprised when it came, and I was trying to figure out what to do with it, and I had this idea. This album is 3 inches by 3.75 inches. It comes with these chipboard pieces, which I did not use, as well as the rings. And I got thinking that this album would be perfect for wallet-sized photos. And what could I do with wallet-sized photos? Well, with December just around the corner, I thought it would be a great gift album. And so this album is for my mother, so she can track the birthdays of all of her family members. So to create this album, I started with some cardstock, which I embossed. I punched these squares from my 1 7/8 square punch, and I punched it out of white cardstock. And then I paper pieced, and I'm including the patterns in the downloadable PDF to create each of the months. And I'll flip through the months so you can see. This is January and February. And then this is where the photos come into play. I printed slightly larger than wallet size. They're 2.75 inches wide. And before printing the photos, I actually put in text their birth dates. And so she can just flip through this and she can see this is my dad, February 12th. This is my sister, February 25th. And this is just a fun photo way to track birthdays. Here is March. Here's my son. Here's April. That's my son Joseph. There's May, flowers for Mother's Day. Kite for July. Oh, it looks like I got June and July mixed up. Little shirt for Father's Day. August for back to school. Leaves for September. We're going to actually do the October page here in just a second. November is a pilgrim's hat, and you can make these for whatever country that you're in. Obviously, you have different holidays than us here in the States. And then December, and again, a photo. So I really like the visual look of this album. So let me show you how to go about making this particular inner page. We're going to start with October's. Alright, so to make the pages, the monthly pages, you're going to cut a piece of cardstock, and it is 2.75 inches wide by 3.7 inches long. And just cut 12 of these for your 12 months. And then I'm going to use my Cuttlebug machine. I will link you to the machines that we have in the store. This is a Swiss Dots embossing folder, and I love embossing folders. So I just place my cardstock inside, and then just run it through my die cut machine. Now, your embossing folders will work with nearly every one of the die cut machines on the market right now, so don't be afraid to get a not the same company's embossing folder. So there we have my embossed cardstock piece. Now I have pre-stitched the square after punching it. Remember, I used my 1 7/8 punch. I pre-stitched it. I actually, when I created the other pages, I stitched it onto the back piece of cardstock, but I didn't do that here so that I could show you how I embossed. So I'm just going to use some glue dots, and I only adhered the very top of this square punch because I wanted it to kind of sit up and look like it's kind of loose on the page. Okay, now for each of my paper pieced pictures inside here, I got a little creative. I tried to use existing shapes that I have. And so for this pumpkin, I'm using some American Crafts Junior pattern paper. And this is a 1 3/8 circle punch. And that will create the bottom part of the pumpkin. Now I'm also including, like I said in the PDF, the patterns. These are the patterns that I've created. You will print these out on a sheet of printer paper, and then you will cut them out and then put them on pattern paper and cut them again. So I tried to make sure that you had all the pieces that you need. So when you're paper piecing, think in terms of basic shapes. Now you can see on this pattern sheet that this is the pumpkin eye. You'll need 2 of these, and this is the pumpkin mouth. And to save on time, I've pre-cut those pieces. Now anytime I'm using small details, I like to use my Zig pen because it just has a finer tip. You can also use Xyron, the little X Xyron machine. Whatever you like to use is fine. Put the little eyes on. Okay. And now we're going to cut the stem. Okay, there's the stem. It's really tiny. Again, using my Zig Glue pen. Just attach it. And there you have your little pumpkin. Now, to do the months on the side, I printed out on craft cardstock the months of the year. And then I went ahead and cut them out into little rectangles. And I tried to leave a little bit of space on the top part of the rectangle so that I could add some mini glue dots to attach it. So make sure that when you cut yours out, you do the same. Like I said, I add glue dots to the very tip top. And it just creates a cute little tag. Now, in order to punch the holes at the top, I used one of the chipboard pieces to pre-punch all of my holes. But I'm going to use this photo that I cut out as my guide. So when you do this, you want to look at the bottom part of your punch. That allows you to see exactly where the circle will line up. And you just punch through the holes. So there you have it. You have a photo of my mother on her graduation day. Super proud of her. That's why I love this picture. And then you have your month piece of paper. So to assemble it, you just take your album and flip it to the October area. See, there's my daughter's October 16th. And then put your photos in chronological order. And then just add your October date on top. Now, in addition to birthdays, you could add special dates like anniversaries, just items that you want to remember that are special to you and your family. Now, to finish out this album, I've pre-cut some brown ribbon. And I almost always add ribbon when I'm using a ring-binded album. It just adds a little sophistication to the metal rings. Just tie it in a bow. Then you can straighten your bows and trim off excess as desired. So I just absolutely love the way this album has turned out. This is great for just setting on a desk at work or by the phone at home. If it's something you're going to use a lot, you may want to consider laminating the sheets. But just a super quick and easy birthday tracking album. For additional photos and a downloadable instruction PDF, visit 2peasinabucket.com in the Education forum.